Thanks for clicking on this channel. Please subscribe to AFO's blog history and click on the notification button so that whenever we upload a new video you will be notified. How Obaseki gave out £200 bribe to become Oba of Benin. The Oba of Benin throne has been seriously challenged in Benin for the last 300 years. The one that happened during the colonial era was hatched and promoted by the British colonial resident of Benin province, Mr. James Watt, when he unsuccessfully pushed first Chai Chief Obaseki's candidature forward for the Benin throne at the demise of Oba of Benin in exile in Calabar early in 1914. Before we talk about how Obaseki gave out £200 bribe to become the Oba of Benin, let's look at a brief history of Ago Obaseki. Chief Ago Obaseki was the great-great-grandson of the Oba of Nsukka, in the now Aniosha region of Delta State of Nigeria. The first Oba of Nsukka himself was the son of Oba Ihangbuda, about 1578 AD. Chief Ago Obaseki was the last child of his father, Ogbelde. It all began with his great-grandfather, Prince Elmokwa Nobo, the native doctor, who had a dispute with his brother over the accession to the throne of their father, Oba of Nsukka, during the time of Oba Akingbuda's in about 1750 AD. During Oba Akingbuda's reign, Prince Elmokwa and his son, Osifo, also known as alias Ohire, relocated to Isi, which is roughly 15 miles southwest of Nsukka. Osifo, alias Ohire, gave birth to Ogbelde. When Prince Ihadiowa became Oba of Benin and assumed the title Oba Osulmwenda, he gave a chieftaincy title to young Ogbelde. When Oba Osulmwenda joined his ancestors, Oba Adler was on the throne, Chief Ogbelde was elevated to a higher position in the palace and Ago his son became very close to Prince Ndugboa, later crowned Oba of Benin in 1888. After Oba of Benin was crowned, he rewarded Ago his friend with a chieftaincy title. And he elevated the title Obaseki and bestowed it on Ago and made him the number 3 high-ranking chief in the Iwegwa house in Benin Palace. Ago became known as Chief Ago Obaseki. Back to our story how Ago Obaseki gave out £200 bribe to become the Oba of Benin. Mr. James Watt wanted Obaseki to become the Oba of Benin. The reasoning was that the colonial resident of the sister province of Warri had his chief Dogo Numa, the guide on which the native administration of Warri province turned at that time. James Watt, in turn, desired to recreate his own Dogo Numa of Benin province, in the person of Chief Ago, the Obaseki of Benin, in the administration of the native affairs of Benin province. It is true that Chief Dogo Numa, the Itsekiri chief who was so important in the running of the native aspect of the administration of Warri province during the first 3 decades of colonialism in Nigeria, and who died in 1932, played some role in the resolution of the succession struggle for the Benin throne in 1914 between the Crown Prince Agwo Basinwan and Chief Ago, the Obaseki. But his role was peripheral and dispensable because a firm decision on the matter had already been taken before Dogo arrived on the scene. Dogo Numa's first recorded visit was on Sunday the 21st of February 1897, 3 days after Benin City fell to Britain and a day after the Great Fire which completed the ruining of the defeated city. Dogo Numa's role in the success of the British expedition in Benin had been obvious. He had supplied a portion of the carrier contingent which carried on their heads all the supplies of the British army which defeated Benin. Even a not-so-prominent fellow Itsekiri chief, Fredjin of Bartere, had been able to contribute 70 carriers of his own to the British that invaded Benin City. When Dogo arrived in Benin City 17 years later for his second visit, on account of the dispute surrounding the succession to the Benin throne, Chief Obaseki sent him a bribe of £200 sterling. The Itsekiri chief had a meeting with all the Benin chiefs. The venue was Chief Obaseki's palatial residence at Ogbe Quarters, by the Huzelbu Mode crossing, at the western end of the Huro Godaden High Street, Benin City. The 2 contestants for the throne, Crown Prince Agwo Basinwan and the Obaseki, the host of the meeting, were in attendance. The findings of a commission of inquiry into the matter in dispute, probably the one conducted by Colonel H. C. Morehouse at the instance of Governor-General Lugard, were already on hand. Dogo held a copy of the report, probably handed to him by the colonial officers in Benin. He asked a clerk who was in attendance at the meeting to read out the conclusions of the report. The findings confirmed that the Obaship of Benin was hereditary, passing from father to eldest son. Rhetorically, Dogo Numa asked the assembled Benin chiefs whether they were in agreement with the commission's findings. The chiefs confirmed that the conclusion represented indeed the true position of things. After this affirmation from the chiefs, Dogo repetitiously pronounced in favor of Egwo Basamwing, taking care to be seen to be walking in collaboration with the government on the matter. Egwo Basamwing became the Oba of Benin and took the title Oba El Welka II. Dogo Numa then informed the assembled chiefs that Chief Obaseki had brought him 200 pounds sterling as bribe. He would keep the money, he said. After all, he was from the Benin royal family, being a descendant of Nginyewa, Oba Oluwa's first son. He was therefore deserving of a gift from the chief, which gift should properly be regarded as an inmuahan, a sustenance item for the Benin royalty. It was said that when he arrived home, the Itsekiris conferred on Chief Dogo Numa a praise name for his success on his Benin trip. Oba Ovan Ramwan's acknowledged eldest son succeeded him to the throne of his fathers. There is some evidence that the exiled monarch had himself earlier given some guidelines to his British jailers in Calabar about how they should handle the matter of the succession to his throne in the fullness of time. He was said to have declared to them that Prince Egwo Basamwan was his acknowledged eldest son. Content creator, Osa Zirin.